Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios. Today we're going to talk about how to get a girl's number and how to text a girl to get a date. It's a step-by-step guide. We're not all experts at seduction, none of us start that way. Many men that are new to seduction or are less experienced with women often struggle with this simple question. How do I get a girl's number? Once I have her number, how do I get a date? Obviously, if your goal is to get laid, you need some way to contact the girl. Her phone number is an easy one. The problem is, you can't just go up to a girl and ask for her number. There needs to be a little preamble first. Luckily for you, you have me. Enjoying my content? Check out my blog at heliosblog.com. On YouTube, you can support me by liking and subscribing. I'm also on Spotify if you'd prefer a podcast. If you're interested in my books, The Strategist Guide to Seduction and Quotes to Live By, they're available on Amazon. In addition, you can follow me on Patreon at the Helios blog for exclusive content. On with the show. Part 1. How to get a girl's number. The talk leading up to asking for a girl's number. There are two places that you can get a girl's number generally. There's in person and there's online. The talk leading up to getting the girl's number changes depending on which place you're talking to the girl in. If you're talking to a new girl in person, we're talking about day game. And if we're talking to a new girl online, we're talking about online game. Let's elaborate on the two approaches and how you should proceed for each one. Getting a girl's number in person. A lot of guys find approaching in person tough, but if you follow the rules, you'll be okay. Let's say that you're in a bookstore and you see a pretty girl whose number you'd like. Here's the steps that you're supposed to do. First, you approach her. You want to go right up to her and talk. Never approach a girl from behind. This is especially true if you're a big guy. You'll scare the hell out of her. She has to see you out of the corner of her eye at least, so approach from the front or diagonally from the front. Mention something about the venue or the item she's holding to initiate the conversation. You want some natural, plausible, deniable reason why you're talking to her. If she's reading a book, ask what it's about or who the author is. Something like, hey, what you reading? Or hey, I've heard of that author, he or she's great. Mention that you have to go soon. Giving a time constraint takes the pressure off the girl. She knows you're going to leave, so she knows she's not going to make it. She knows you're not going to make it awkward. Talk to her for about 5 to 10 minutes about the topic you initiated. Basically, you're having a normal small talk conversation related to the common interest you have at that venue. If you do this right, and you can tell by her body language if you are, she'll see you as a normal, brave dude who's interested in the same thing as her. Try to fit in some kind of joke or something you like about her during this 5 to 10 minute conversation. It cannot be her appearance that you mention liking. You can say you like her ring, her necklace, her outfit, but not her eyes, her body, etc. This builds rapport, which is extremely important if you want to eventually get a number. Do not get too personal too quickly. Compliment her on something a grandma might compliment her on, not her appearance. After 5 to 10 minutes of normal conversation, you're going to tell her you have to go, but you'd like to talk to her more. Open your phone to a blank new contact page, hand her the phone and tell her to add herself. If she does it, congrats, you're in. If she gives any kind of excuse for why she doesn't want to do it, don't push it. Say it was nice to meet her and walk away. She rejected you nicely. Don't worry. You'll do better next time. Politely excuse yourself and leave the venue. Once you've gotten her phone number, you don't want to linger. Go somewhere else and leave the girl alone. You want her to think about the pleasant conversation you had and not that you creepily hung around after. Approaching in person really is that simple. Now onto online dating. Getting a girl's number online. For a more in-depth guide, see my guide on how to get friends with benefits online. Online is different from in person. You're going to ask for her number, but you're going to ask for it after you've pitched the date. So here are the steps to getting a girl's number online. So first you message her, you open her, so it's going to be like, hey, you seem fun, you should message me, or something like that. This one is good because it has a call to action. Also, it makes her want to qualify herself since she seems fun. Also, it isn't an opener that everyone online is using. Most NPCs just say, hey, or sup. After she answers your opener, reply to her reply, then ask her a fun question text. So here's an example. If you were stranded on a desert island alone, what would be 2 things that you would bring with you? I have some good guesses, but I'm sure you know better. And when she replies that fun question text, then you reply to that and pitch the date. So, we should totally meet up. How about we meet at insert place here at insert time here. We'll go for a chill walk or a drink or hang out, whatever. I follow a model that gets the girl to decide quickly if she likes you or not. If she doesn't agree to meet by the third exchange, she was a time waster anyway, and you save time by ending the conversation there. After she agrees to come on the date, send her your number. So be like, nice, text me at whatever your number is. As you can see, getting the phone number online is harder, but let's be real, it takes less balls. Also notice that we've set up a date. No more work is needed except one thing. You have to send her a confirmation text the day of the date to make sure she's showing up. At 9 to 10 a.m. the day of your date, just message her with the details of the meet again. Say something like, hey, whatever her name is, I'll see you at insert time here, at insert place here. Okay, now let me show you how to text in order to get a girl to come out on a date if you've gotten her number in person. So that's how here's how you set it up. So the opener. So you want to go on a date. First, you're going to need to set it up. You'll need to send the girl an opener if you want to meet up. So you want to send her this opener the day after you got her number. So the key to the opener here is you need to reference that initial conversation you had when you met. So say something like, hey, girl's name, it's whatever your name is. That guy you met at whatever the venue was. We talked about whatever you talked about. What's up? When she replies, your goal is to set up a date within 3 messages. So you continue the conversation in a fun way. So when she replies to you, you reply to her reply and you ask her this: doing anything fun this week? This message is great because if she's doing something fun, she'll get a bunch of good feelings talking about it. But if she isn't, then you pitching her a date will give her some fun this week. It's win-win for you. Finally, you pitch the date. So if she replied to the message you sent about her doing something fun this week, then it's time to pitch the date. So you reply to her reply, and then you message with the logistics of where you're going to meet and at what time. We should totally meet up. How about we meet at insert place here, at insert time here. We'll go for a chill walk or a drink or hang out, whatever. If she replies to this and agrees, great, you've got yourself a date. If she doesn't reply, tough luck. She may not be interested in you. Luckily for you, you haven't wasted any time, really. Time to move on to the next option. A reminder. If she has agreed to meet up, text her the day of your date at 9 or 10 a.m., reminding her of when and where you're meeting. If she replies to your confirmation text, excellent, go have your date. But what if she doesn't? So what to do if she flakes? So send her a reboot text if she flakes. So if she doesn't reply to your confirmation text, she's flaking. If she flakes, you change your plans for yourself and try a reboot text. So reboot text is when you try and set up a new date with a girl who's flaked. Send these texts 1 to 2 days after she's flaked. Don't get your hopes up. If she's flaked once, she's liable to flake again. A reboot text follows exactly the same pattern as the online dating text pattern above. I've pasted it here for convenience. So it's like, hey, you seem fun, you should message me, and then your name, fun question, and then the date pitch. Okay. Part 2 is to cultivate other options. So you wouldn't really care if a girl flaked on you if you had other options to date or to sleep with. I recommend that you make many approaches to fill your funnel with potential women so that flaking isn't a big deal. A good bet is to approach 100 girls in person or 350 girls online. Make sure that your 100 in-person approaches aren't in the same venue or at the same time one after the other. People are going to think you're creepy if you're at the bookstore to pick up girls and not to get a book. The in-person approaches should be natural. Wherever you happen to be while you're doing your errands, you slot in an approach or two. Conclusion. Getting a girl's number is easy if you know how to do it. The way you get a girl's number changes if you're in person or online. In person, you want a conversation no longer than 5 or 10 minutes before you get a girl's number. Online, you want an exchange of no longer than 3 messages before you pitch your date. Make sure that you send a confirmation text the day of your date so you can verify if the girl is flaking or not. If she flakes, you can attempt a reboot text. You don't have to worry about girls flaking on you if you have a large network of girls you're seeing. Make approaches to fill your funnel of women. Good luck and have fun on your dates.